Here's some new features that have recently been added to the game in the 1.4.1 and 1.4.2 updates. There are prize boxes now which can spawn any item you choose when hit by something. These can be used to create chain reactions. There are invisible blocks which can only be seen by the player when they get close enough to them. So this can be used to make some hidden paths through the level. Or make it look like enemies are floating in the air. There's a rolling fire object which burns anything in its path. Cannonballs have been added to the game and they explode on impact. Mist doesn't interact with anything until it gets frozen, and then it becomes a solid block of ice. There's a new type of spring which can be moved by mover arrows and by pistons. And speaking of mover arrows, there's a faster kind now which moves objects twice as fast as the normal mover arrow. There's a new type of metal block which only powers things in one direction. There have been ropes added to the game which work the same way as vines. There's a new type of spawner which only spawns things when powered. And there's another type of spawner which spawns things twice as fast as the normal one. There's a new enemy called the Cannon Boy which rapidly shoots miniature cannonballs at the player. The Bombo is a walking bomb that acts like a normal bomb once it's been stepped on. There are giant ones too, which create an even bigger explosion. And the red ones explode immediately on impact. The Fishbone swims and throws bones at the player. And unlike the Snapper, it can be stepped on. There's a new enemy which hides inside a cactus, called the Hidden Spot. It only jumps up when the player gets close to it. There's also a version of it that hides a stone block instead. And the color on these is slightly different than the block that they imitate, so that's how you can tell when there's one nearby. The Killer Frog is a deadly creature that eats anything in its path. There's a new power-up, the Magna Power, which allows the player to grab certain objects and carry them around. You can also use it to grapple towards certain metal blocks. There are a lot of things that can be grabbed, such as the pearls that are thrown by the oyster. Cannonballs can also be grabbed, and they can be used to destroy certain blocks. You can even grab an enemy after it's been frozen, and you can use it as a platform. Or grab a power-up and save it for later. So that's all for now. I'm going to be adding more in the future, so if you have any ideas for what I should add next, you can let me know in the comments or on my Discord, which is linked in the description.